Alright. You ready to go?
Yes.
Take that as a yes. We need to find Darwin.
Darwin.
Yeah, he's in here somewhere, I think. Oh, that wasn't the right door. There he is.
No, this won't do. Marcus went to check the two transformers powering the lighthouse, but he's been gone for hours. Someone needs to see what's happened to him and try to get the power back on. Those things can't do to you what they can do to us. Maybe you can help us.
Maybe.
Yeah, we can't help you, sorry.
You got it.
All right, good. The transformers are in the northern part of the gold bungalow area. If you can get the power back on, I'll let you into the storage shed. I'm Darwin, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, we knew who you were. It was in the quest log. We also need the transmitter. Oh, you're talking to him? Are you getting it?
Who am I supposed to talk to about the transmitter?
James at the top of the lighthouse.
I am not up there.
Oh. You must have just happened to be like at an angle where it looked like you were on the other side of the door. Oh, I need you up here with me though.
Yeah.
I'm James. You don't know me, but I sure remember you. Me and Cinemoy had a slight difference of opinion. He wanted to stay put and wait for help. I wanted to get the hell out of there. So I got the hell out.
You went like fucking 50 yards down the beach.
The lighthouse to signal for assistance. We sure could use your help.
I mean, I will say the lighthouse does make more sense than the lifeguard station.
Considering how, like, out of the way it is.
It's very out of the way. It's built up, not, you know, flat. And like he said, it's very easy to signal people with a lighthouse.
Yeah.
Oh, where the fuck are we going now?
Yeah.
I thought we weren't
I got the...
allowed in the storage shed.
Oh, yeah. We gotta go do that first. We adopted a cat yesterday.
Did you? Kind of a
did.
cat.
She's just a little domestic medium hair. So she's got like... She's like sheddy, but she doesn't have really long fur.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have the waypoint?
Oh, let me, There we go.
So, since we're playing this, I want to bring up a video I watched earlier today. It was all about... I watched a video. I don't remember who it was from. Oh, yes, I do. It was Gamer Ranks. I guess. I don't fucking know.
I do not know.
Anyway, it was like things in zombie games that didn't make sense. And, you know, he had a lot of very good points. Like, why the fuck is it in games like, let's say, Left 4 Dead, the military got absolutely obliterated by the zombies, and yet, like, the gas station attendant and the aspiring fucking filmmaker managed to survive. It's like solid points. I'll give him those ones. But the reason I wanted to bring it up while playing this is because one of his points was like, why is it that no matter what happens, like, your characters are always the only ones that don't get infected when they get bit. But in Dead Island, they state very early on that you're immune to it, right?
Yeah.
But I couldn't think of any other games where they, like, explicitly be like, you are immune to this.
I mean, there's quite a few zombie games that don't do that, actually, where you actually do get infected, and that's part of the game.
Yeah.
In Left 4 Dead, you're immune, and that's actually, like,
part
stated.
of it, yeah.
In Dying Light, you get bit, and you actually need to get the drug that keeps you from dying. That's
a
major plot point.
And in Dead Rising.
Dead Rising, yeah. It's the same thing. So, I mean...
But yeah, like, the majority of them, it's just like Resident Evil, there's no explanation.
No, yeah, in Resident Evil, it is just like oh, you're just fine.
Yeah, like, they never, like, explicitly state that you're immune or anything.
Yeah. I think in Resident Evil, part of it is like in the story, you actually just never get bit.
As like,
Even though,
even though it happens constantly.
yeah, but like in the game, you get bit, but that doesn't actually happen.
Yeah.
Like that's just like a gameplay thing.
Yeah. It also depends on which one, because like in Resident Evil 4, it's not transmitted that way. Because it's the Lost Plagas, and they actually have to like implant it in you. I
Yeah,
think.
Resident Evil 4, it makes sense because it's an actual like parasite as opposed to a virus.
Yes.
But like when you're playing like Claire and Leon in
2.
like in 2, yeah, in 2 it makes no sense because neither of them are immune. The only
Yeah.
one who's immune is Sherry, and that's like a plot thing.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
But, you know, Resident Evil plot. Yeah. You have to
It's a
say
little
that in
wild.
quotes.
Yeah.
Although I will say, at least the games tried to keep it consistent. They didn't do like the movies and like every couple movies just delete the rest of them.
Oh, as insane as the plot is in the games, it is still a plot.
It is. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a while now, but I did at some point watch a video where it like laid out the plot and I'm like, alright, it's, you know, I mean, I expected it to be worse. It's like more of this
it's-
made sense than I thought.
It's crazy, but like it's like anime crazy, where
Yeah.
you're like that's insane, but I do actually like get what's going
Yeah.
on here.
Yeah. Whereas the movies, like, did you watch the last Resident Evil movie?
I don't know if I've seen the last one, but I saw like 3 or 4 of them, of the more recent ones.
Yeah. Well,
Those,
in the... Okay, so you know how at the beginning of every one, it has, like, the rundown of everything that's happened so far, right?
yeah,
Like, it has Alice talking about everything that's been going on. Literally, during that sequence in the last movie, it deletes every other movie.
oh my god,
It literally deletes everything except for, like, the last 5 seconds of the movie before it.
oh shit,
Like, and not only that, like, so the movie before it ends at the White House. Did you see that one?
I think I did, yeah.
So, like, everything that happened in between, like everything that happened there, you don't get to find out. Like, the next movie just starts, and it's like, oh yeah, this happened here. It's like, okay, we couldn't see that. Like,
Yeah, because like, I remember watching the one where she like wakes up and she's like with a family.
that is the third last one, I think.
Yes, I think so.
Which
And then
I
it's like,
can't
oh, that's
remember
just-
what actual number it is, but I think it's
Yeah.
third last.
And yeah, it's like, oh, she's a clone, and this is like a giant city that's just under a dome.
Yes.
And it's like, excuse me?
I gotta say though, after like the one before that, I do believe was the one in the prison. No.
Yeah. Yes?
No.
No?
Maybe.
I feel like that's right.
Maybe.
I,
It's hard to keep track.
it is, because I remember there's the one after that one where there's the like ice ship,
Yeah.
and that one was insane. Oh, where's
Oh,
it?
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, down the path. Okay.
And now it wants
Wait,
us to
where
go
are
down
we-
the road?
No, it wants us to go up. I don't know. When you get in the vehicle, it wants to send you. Yeah, okay, we're good.
No, it's just up here.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I remember that. I remember it being insane again. The movies literally just don't make sense.
They don't. They make sense up to
All right,
the
everything
third one.
works. Go tell
And then
Jack
after
where he is.
that one, they
I'll
start
stay here just in
changing
case
shit
the fuses blow.
that's
He's
happened
going
before.
down to the lighthouse.
Yeah.
This is for you.
I mean, even the third one, like, shit that happens in it doesn't really make sense, but, like, timeline-wise, it still makes sense. Like they still... Like, the fact that zombies take over the planet and everything turns to dust makes no sense, but, like, the
Yeah.
people that are alive and the shit that's happening makes sense.
Yeah.
But, like, after that one, like, number 4, it just starts getting, like, where they start retconning shit.
Yeah. This thing just doesn't want to turn.
Like,
One part of it that's so funny to me is like the video game actually like is a bit more real about how the zombie apocalypse would go down than like the movies are.
yeah, it is.
Where it's like, oh, they just nuke the city, and it's like
They
yeah, fair
do that
enough.
though. They do that in the second movie.
You're right. They
And
do
then the
that, but
third
like-
movie is like, it made it out anyway. It's like, why? How?
Yeah.
There's like 5 people on a helicopter and everything else got blown up. Like, how did it make it out of the city?
Yeah, and like in the games, it's like, oh, the military has like a trained unit, and like they're zombies. So if you have like machine guns, it's really easy to kill the
Well,
dumbass
yeah,
zombies.
exactly, right. And to
Yeah.
be fair, in the games, it's also generally the trained units. Like, Leon's a trained cop. Claire, all right, that doesn't make much sense. But like,
yeah, she's just
she's
like
like,
good, I guess.
yeah. But like in the first Resident Evil, it's fucking trained stars, right? Special tactics
Yeah.
and rescue. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's the tactical unit gets sent in.
Yeah, like I didn't even think of that, but yeah, in like Resident Evil, the majority of the characters you play as actually make sense for being able to do what they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcus said it's gonna work. Let's give it a shot and turn it on. I just hope
And yeah,
doesn't
it's
burn
like-
down the electrical grid.
It's like, oh, you know, like it's like the bioweapons are the big threats, but they're still like they're not like world taking over because they're not infectious or anything, and it's like
Yeah.
it's just so goofy. The movies are so insane.
Dude, have you seen like the CGI movies though?
Yes, they're actually like really good.
I just watched which one was it? I think it's like the newest one, Vendetta.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's so fucking good.
I found the signal app. I watched Degeneration, and I really liked it. And then there's Resurrection, and I
I
saw it, but I can't remember it.
I own 2 of them, but and they're the only 2 that I've seen, so I don't know which one I've missed. Both of the ones I watched had Leon in it. Is there any chance he's not in all 3?
No, Leon is in all 3 for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair that I had to repair my indestructible knife.
Yeah. No, we'll have to.
But yeah, like the one I watched, fucking like the way they have like the characters move and everything is fucking fantastic as well.
Oh, they're so good. They're like because I remember I got Degeneration like for free.
Yeah.
Like it was just like a free it was just a DVD and like a big box of DVDs, and it's just like just take for free. And I was like, what the hell is this? I remember watching it and being like, wow, that was actually
Yeah, I know, they're so
really
good.
good. And yeah, it's like,
Oh, there's another quest in here.
oh yeah, I think it's up top.
I guess, or it's outside.
No, it's this guy again.
Okay. Oh.
Because did you see the one where it's the hospital? It's not Tricell. It's like Wilson Pharmaceuticals or something.
Is it like at an airport?
Oh, yeah. There's an airport in part of it, and then there's the pharmaceutical companies like.
Does it have like
HQ.
the giant guy? He has like the big eyeball in his
Yes,
arm.
it's yeah.
Yes, I
it's
watched.
the
That's the
G-Virus
one I
guy.
watched. Yeah.
Okay, that's Degeneration.
Okay, that's the other one I watched then.
Yeah, and then Resurrection is the one where there's it's an insurrection, like there's like a rebellion going on,
Okay.
and it's the Javo from
Few of us
4 and 6, the Las Plagas guys.
Yeah, I never watched that one. I didn't see that
No,
one.
okay, that one's also very good. I think it's on Netflix still.
back out there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a good watch. It's like an hour long or so.
Yeah, I just didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, well, exactly.
But
That's the thing about those movies. Like, they're so good, but there's not really anything. They just kind of get released at whatever point in time. They're just like, oh, this
Yeah,
is
they
out
just-
now.
They just like show up, and you're like, oh, okay.
They just
I'll
appear.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, we need to. Where's the fast travel thing? Is that downstairs?
Yes, right.
Did you find the place?
Yeah, I think it's like out. Oh, here it is, right here.
Oh, perfect.
Lifeguard tower. But yeah, like I was watching that video and it just got me thinking of like, it's like, this guy doesn't pay attention to a lot of stuff, does he?
Apparently not, because that's actually something they tend to note in these games, because people care about that.
Exactly. There was also a different video I was watching, completely different. It was on Skyrim. This will be a very short conversation, I promise. But it was like, because I've been watching like a lot of Skyrim shit, because they're short videos and I get very bored at work. So I'm like, you know what? I'll turn on Skyrim because no matter how much I listen to it, it won't make me want to play the game. So I'm fine with it. But it was like things you didn't know you could do or something. And the one thing on there was like, I had never actually had the normal interaction. Like the only thing I had was the thing in this video that you might not know. Which is like, you know how when you go to Whiterun and you talk to the court mage, he sends you to get the Dragonstone from Bleak Falls?
Yeah.
The thing that, you know, you may not know was that you could go and get the Dragonstone beforehand and talk
How would
to
you
him.
not know that?
Well, that's just it, right? It's like, how would you not know that? And I've literally never not gotten the Dragonstone before going there.
Yeah.
It's like, it's right there. It's on your way. You get the other quest for the claw. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
I'll do what I can.
Like,
okay.
the way they built the game,
The power out, it's way too dangerous in
it's
here.
like,
Check the bars by the swimming pools.
that's so funny to me. That's like,
Good find.
well, to
How
be
would you
fair
not know
though,
that?
well, here's the thing, right? It's things that you may not know. And to be fair, this guy has like 50 videos of these that he's still making.
wow.
Like, it's like how long since Skyrim came out? He's still making Skyrim videos.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Wow. He's like, yeah, he's running out of things to put in it.
You would think, but no, he keeps
Yeah.
finding more. Like, did you know that the facial expression on the Dwarven helmet changes depending on if you're a male or a female?
I did know that.
You did? Yeah, well,
I did.
I did not.
No?
I never used Dwarven armor, so
Oh.
it's one of those things where it's like, you know, if I used that, I may have noticed. Finish the help sign out in the clearing.
Do you always use light armor? Oh, you're always like stealth archer or what?
I generally just like power level myself up to Dragon Bone, up to Dragon
fair,
Armor.
yeah.
Like,
Okay, fair enough.
what fucking quest are we doing?
There's the main quest. There's a piece of cake. Or...
I can't track side quests for some reason.
Oh, because apparently we're in the. We can't do.
Oh,
them
because
until
we're
we
a
do
part
this
of it.
main
Okay.
quest.
So we just
Yeah.
need to find some food. All right.
Yes.
Where do you want to go for food? I guess.
He said to search the bars down by the hotel, like the
yeah, okay.
pools.
I mean, we get food everywhere. Oh, you know what? Shit though. We gave that other guy food.
We did. We gave him a bunch of canned food, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Whoops.
I don't even know how much canned food I gave him because it just said canned food, and I'm like, sure. And it never said how much.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
but
just
it-
like hit F until he wouldn't take it anymore because I was like, okay.
Yeah, I could only do it once, and write F.
Look out!
Yeah, right. I will say, back to Resident Evil, because it makes more sense during this video. The probably my favorite part is in. I think it's the fourth one. It might be the fifth one, where with the prison.
Mm.
That was probably where it started being my favorite ones, like per movie. Like, that's the point where you have to start taking them as individual movies.
Yeah.
But, like, that's also the one where they started actually using, like, the enemies from, like, Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
Like, that, like, from that point on, they just decided that they were going to use, like, the Resident Evil 5 baddies. And considering that, like, that's my favorite Resident Evil game, I was, like, all about it. I was like, fuck yeah. Like, they even had, like, the weird... I guess it wasn't in the prison one. I think it was in the one after that. They even had, like, the little flying fuckers and that. Like...
Yes, I think it is after that.
Also, I think we're good for food. I think we only needed 2 more because I gave him 1.
Yeah, 3 cans. Okay.
I mean, it's
Oh, I found
directing us back, so.
Oh, then yeah, we must be good.
Because I picked up 1, and I think I saw you pick up another.
Yeah. There's a guy on the radio saying he was all alone on in a bunker on the Cape.
Oh, well, that's probably that bunker I was asking you about before.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's a bunker. I don't exactly know what a cape is, but I mean, it's out there, so.
It's like a hill by the beach. That's like a cape.
It wasn't really much of a hill where the bunker was, but.
No, but I mean, I'm sure there's.
Yeah.
That's all there was.
Somewhere.
Bloody hell, that won't do. We need to find more.
I mean, you told us you only needed 3. He's like, that's all there was. It's like, that's what you asked for.
You're right.
Fucker.
One by the lighthouse and one by the tunnel to the city.
Yeah, what about it?
There might be some food and drinks there. I need you to go and bring everything you can find.
You can count on it.
I guess.
Gotta get it all back. Look for one at the station.
Or, just the one that you guys fixed up for us.
2 packs of juice. We need food, so go get me some apple juice from the gas station.
Dude, juice is food. Kind of.
I mean, if you say so.
Yeah, I mean, close enough. Oh. Dude, they need to get that fence fixed.
No, that needs to go a bit quicker.
Do you think, because another video I watched was like, we're going off of zombies again, by the way.
Alright.
Because another video I watched today was why the Elder Scrolls 6 will suck.
Oh, yeah, huh?
He didn't really have very many, like, good points, because a lot of his points was about, like, Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76, and it's like, that's not, I mean, yeah.
I would look at Fallout 4.
Well, that's just it, like...
Yeah, like, if you wanted to compare...
But that's exactly what I was thinking, which is why I wanted to bring this up. Do you think they will have settlements in Elder Scrolls 6 Hammerfell? It's in Hammerfell. I think they've announced that.
I think they probably will have something.
Some sort of that, like.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it the same way. Like, I think it'll probably be your settlement. Like, there'll be one probably.
That would be good. I wouldn't mind that.
Elder Scrolls is usually like that, where they're like.
Well, there's a lot less people.
Yeah, and there's like it's your house sort of thing. So like, I could see that. I could see them taking a lot of the systems from Fallout 4, considering how much they already simplified Skyrim from like Oblivion.
I mean, to be fair, Skyrim to Oblivion isn't nearly as simplified as Fallout 3 to 4.
True, that's very true. But like, because like they just keep there's less and less RPG in the RPG.
Yes.
As it goes, so.
Which, to be fair, for an open world game, I'm fine with that. In all honesty. Because, like, when you get into an open world game, when they start throwing, like, serious RPG elements in it, like, it gets really... I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I don't know. It's not confusing. Confusing isn't the right word. Because if it doesn't matter what type of game it is, RPG is an RPG.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, for example, like in Fallout 3, at New Vegas, I didn't like their skill system.
Oh, I much prefer XP over Skyrim's.
No, I agree. XP over Skyrim's is fine. But no, I mean like the big guns and that, right? Like instead of perks.
Oh, I hate the perk system in 4. I hate it.
I prefer the perk system. It needs to be done better, but I still prefer it to, like, needing to put, like, 20 points into big guns to actually change something about your character. Like, I'd much rather have it in 4 where it's like I put 1 perk point into big guns and it increases my damage, instead of in like Fallout 3 where to increase your damage you need to rank it up like 25 points.
So like,
I think we need to go to the other station, by the way.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's...
This is the truck you loaded it in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't... we could always take that other red one. Just move it. But it's fine. Don't disagree.
Once again, though, it's like...
It's kind of the same thing, just with a different system. You know what I mean?
It is, but I'm also a person who hates it when, like, a game has a point system and, like, the minimum points you can get is, like, 1,000. It's like, just make it 1. Like, I hate just adding extra numbers just to make the number bigger than it needs to be.
It makes a lot more sense in the first 2 games, where it was actually based on, like, die rolls.
Yes.
Because it was looking at, like, 100% system, right?
Yes. But the first 2 games were also severely different. What lady?
Yeah, well, exactly. There's like a lady over here.
Oh.
We were driving to the lifeguard tower when something jumped in front of the car. John lost control and we crashed.
Wow, he must be a shit driver. We just tear right through these guys.
You have to help me get him out, please.
Sure, now don't die while we're gone.
Oh, thank you. Quickly, over here.
But yes, it is a very different system from 2, obviously.
Yes.
And considering that they were transferring... I thought this guy was stuck in the car. Oh.
His shoelace is caught in the door.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I think part of the problem with the perks in 4 as well is they aren't interesting at all.
That's... Well, there is interesting perks, but it's watered down with all the uninteresting ones.
Yeah, well, like, because, like, you'll get interesting things at, like, the rank... At, like, rank 5.
Well, I don't think any single perk in that game has 5 ranks.
all of the damage ones do.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like the first 2 are just flat damage.
Yes.
And then 3, 4, and 5 have like a little bonus.
Yes, I agree. But here's the thing,
and
right?
That's like super boring.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with that, right? Like the main problem that I have with that, which is why, like, when I first started Fallout 4, I immediately downloaded a mod that fixed it, which is the level requirements for shit.
Yeah, that too. The
like,
very arbitrary level limit was also super dumb.
Is that it? We're done with these guys?
Apparently.
All right.
Have fun getting to the lighthouse, I guess.
I figured we might have to escort them back or something. Nope. Because, like, when I started playing it, I played it for, like, an hour, maybe, and then immediately went and found a mod that removed the level limit on shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like, to build... Well, because I do a lot of the settlement shit, because I'm weird like that. But, like, to build the stores, right? You need level 2 cap collector. It's level 38.
Yeah, I know. That was... When I first played it through the first time, that was super stupid and annoying to me, because it was arbitrary level capping, because the way the game scales is to your level.
Yeah.
Bad. It's not good design.
It's not. Like, I still prefer... Because I don't know exactly... But I think... here's the thing, right? I like the way that they do the leveling systems in Skyrim, or, well, Elder Scrolls. Or not Elder Scrolls. In Skyrim and Fallout 4, anyway. Because the different enemies do have a max level that they won't go past, depending on what they are. And in 4, they actually, or in Fallout 4, they actually went even a little bit further, and different variations would have different level caps.
It's hard, right? Because it's like, it kind of reminds me of like a roguelike, almost. We're like, because like Bethesda was like, we don't want to do any planning, so we're actually just gonna have everything like auto-generate for you.
Yeah.
It's like the variant quests, right? Where it's like these infinite quests.
Radiant quests?
Yeah, Radiant, thank you. I said variant, didn't I?
You did.
And yeah, it's like, I don't... Like, put content in your game.
Yes. Well, that's another thing, right? Like, there's a lot of these games coming out that are like, man, it's like, our world is so big. It's like, sure, but is there anything there?
Yeah, it's like there's nothing to do in it.
Well, that's like Skyrim has a huge amount of empty space. Like Fallout 4 technically has less empty space, but all of that unempty space is just more destroyed buildings. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's not any more interesting than Skyrim.
And it makes me so sad too, because the environmental and like art design is really good. Like a lot of the places are interesting, but like the writers were like, I don't know, like guy was crazy.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing interesting in any of the look, despite them looking really interesting and like the environment.
Good Christ, why is everything such a high level now? What the fuck happened? I died, by the way.
Oh fuck.
Guy beat my ass down. Also apparently lost all my weapons.
There's like 6 weapons in this guy. I assume those are yours.
They are, but he won't give them back. Excuse me, sir, can I have that? Thank you. Ow! Oh, missed. Yeah, I mean, like, even games that aren't quite as big like that, like I just finished, I guess it would be the Monday of the week this video comes out, was my last video in Horizon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even that game there, and I've noticed this, even that game was a little bit too big.
Yeah,
like, it isn't nearly the size of, like, Skyrim in that. It was still a little bit too big.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if we make it bigger, it's, you know, people will play it longer. And it's like, no, people get bored faster, and they won't find the content you actually, like, put effort into.
Exactly, because, like, there's just so many areas where it's just unused or just, like, random garbage enemies.
Yeah.
Granted, in Horizon, random garbage enemies will still kill you pretty easily if you're not paying attention. But, like, the thing I noticed, right, is, like, the best part of Horizon for me playing it was the DLC. Right?
Yeah.
And like, that's a much smaller map, and it's a more contained story, and I enjoyed it much more. And it got me thinking that, like, my favorite part of Fallout 4 was the Far Harbor DLC.
Where you're on, like, the little island.
Exactly. It's a much smaller area. It's a more contained story. And it was just like, you know what? This is better.
Yeah, that's why, like, New Vegas is so much better in terms of its storytelling. Because the map is small and every area has, like, something there.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want Radiant quests.
I don't mind, but yeah. I was going to say I don't mind them, but no, you're right. They're trash quests.
They're always just, you know, you fetch the thing, kill the guy.
Well, to be fair, that's the majority of quests. I mean, that's literally what we're doing right now.
That's what I was gonna say, and like, all your quests that actually have story are already kill the guy, get the thing.
Exactly, right? So like having just like random ones, especially because like since it's a Radiant quest, they're infinite quests. They never run out, so they can't like give you a decent reward for them, right?
No, it's like here's 1,000 gold.
Well, exactly. Or in Skyrim, it's 100 gold.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you defeated that bandit chief force and cleared out his base, did you? All right, thanks. Here's 100 gold. Can you... Wait, is this door like... Nope. Can we not get in here?
I was on the roof. I couldn't find an access point.
Ow! What? Bitch.
Or the Thieves Guild in Skyrim, where it's like, oh, do like 30 Radiant quests to restore the Thieves Guild to its former glory.
30? Dude, you just getting started if you're doing 30.
I was gonna say, isn't it? It's like 25 each, isn't it? Or something like that?
To restore the Thieves Guild to its former glory, you have to do 5 of the random missions in each city outside of Riften, and then you'll get a specific mission for that city.
You have to get lucky.
Well, you can just save before you talk to him.
I would say you just save scum. But
yeah, because I save scum everything. You would like people watching me play XCOM, they would kill themselves watching me play XCOM. I
don't think you can be blamed for save scumming in Skyrim for
No.
something like that.
No, you
at all.
can't because it's a. But here's the thing, right? Because it's 5 per save, so that I think. Because how many different holds are there?
Like 8?
Yeah, but I don't. I want to say that it's more than just Riften that you don't have to, that you can't do it in.
There is more than just Riften. It's
because I think it's you don't do it in Riften because obviously, and then I think
Yeah.
it's just the walled cities. So like Morthal doesn't get one because I don't
No,
think you get
but, like-
any quests for Morthal in that. But anyway, by the time you're done that's like 25 to 30 of those that you've done, right?
yeah.
To get everything, because I think the final upgrade to the Thieves Guild is a safe next to your desk.
Yeah.
That is 120 of those quests.
Holy yeah.
I have done that 3 times.
Oh my god, I did it once and I was like,
And I can tell anybody listening to this, it's not worth it.
no.
The thing that would make it worth it for me is if they opened up the vault again and it stayed open.
Just, yeah, more... Someone was screaming for help.
I'm sure they're fine.
It's, yeah, it drives me crazy because, like, there's, like, a lot in Skyrim that's fun, but, like, when you really look at that game, you're like, wow, this is not a good game.
I mean, yeah, there's just like a lot of nothing. But the thing about games like that, because like I'm technically playing Fallout 4 right now, you know, as much as I do, they're solid time wasters.
They are good at wasting time.
Like whenever I just need to just like relax, veg out, and just like automate me playing a game, I turn on Skyrim or Fallout because there's enough to do that I don't really have to think about. That it's just like chill. It's just so relaxed.
Yeah. And that's true. I just wish there was... I wish they were more interesting. I wish there was more
Yeah.
to them. And like, you know, simplifying them was obviously the opposite of that. But
Yeah. Well, a lot of games are doing that now. They're just becoming like simpler and simpler. Like,
yeah, it's like, oh, we're just like streamlining it so that more people can enjoy it. And it's like, well, I'm glad more people can enjoy it, but I think you're also not giving people credit.
well, they're not giving people credit, but it's the same problem that I have with like, where are we taking these somewhere, or do we just gotta go talk to them?
I think we have to bring them to Cinemoy.
Oh. Because
Oh,
like,
no, they go right here.
where?
Right here.
Oh, I see. So you put yours down first, but I had already hit the button to drop mine, and he just threw it on the floor. But yeah, it's like the same problem that I have with like you know how McDonald's had to change their fry recipe?
Did they really? I didn't know about that.
Yes, because they used to cook it in something to do with beef. They had like beef something or other that they added to like the fryer or something when they cooked it. So like, you know, it wasn't vegetarian or vegan friendly or some shit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they were complaining, it's like, but I want to eat the McDonald's French fries, but they can't have that in it. It's like, then you don't want to eat the McDonald's French fries because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand you don't want to eat that, but if you don't want to eat that, then you don't want the fries. Like, because that's what makes them, like...
That's what they, yeah.
Like, that's what they are, right? And it's the same thing with games. Like, they're simplifying games, like, so more people can enjoy them. It's like, okay, but they're not enjoying that game.
No trace of that.
They're enjoying this new game that you have made for them.
Yeah, it's like, make a different game.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can
Meanwhile, everything you bring.
keep games complex and people will play them because that's what they want.
I was afraid to even
Well, it's like Witcher
that's-
3 has even, like... It's definitely a lot less complex than 2.
Can you do this for us?
Yes.
Like, I gave up on 2 after the first boss.
Yes.
Because I was just... I
The tunnel leading to
didn't
Oh, man.
I didn't want to have any of it. I was having none of it. I was like, no.
Have you looked at Witcher 1?
No, I don't plan on it either. Because
It
I
is-
think I talked to you at some point while I was giving up on Witcher 2, and you told me about 1, and I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah. One is it's so weird. I won't say it's bad, but it's very weird.
It's involved.
Yes, and like, but like the fighting isn't like you just kind of like auto fight.
Oh, okay.
And like you switch stances, and like you just like click on someone to fight them. It's almost like it's a
like Diablo or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like Diablo in a way. It's I don't like it.
Oh, son of a bitch. We still can't fucking leave. We're still in the main quest. We got to deny the next one so we can do a couple of these other ones.
Apparently. And yeah, like I did not like it, and it sucked because I was like, I want to play it, but like, man, it is so like obtuse to play.
Yeah, I mean, even like, because based on what you told me about 1, like 2 is insanely simple.
Yeah,
compared to 1, and like, even that though was like just a little bit more effort than I was willing to kill. Like, what they were presenting me, like, I don't mind doing that shit for, like, bosses and that. But, like, the amount of prep that went into killing, like, random garbage was too much for me. It's like, I don't want to go through that much trouble just to clear out. And I know there's going to be people who, you know, assuming that this video ever gets watched, there would be people who would defend it and be like, it's not that complicated. It's like, it's fine that you don't think so, but you're saying that knowing what to do already.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people do that. It's like, it's not that complicated. It's like, that's because you know it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's the same with, like, HOTS, right? Where I'm like, oh, you know, that's like this. Like, and it's like, well, that, I've played it more.
Yeah.
Than you. And it's like, so I just kind of I've already done the learning part.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. And I mean, it was like
if we play Siege now, it's the opposite way, because I've played more. Oh, we can't go down here, remember?
Nope, so I guess we'll just park over here.
Ow.
Sorry.
I think you've hit me with the car every time I've gotten out.
I didn't know you were getting out.
Well, because you keep, like, going into, like, a position and then backing up, and I don't expect you to back up, and I just get out and I get smacked in the face with the door. But, like, I was playing, like, I've finished White Orchard in Witcher 3, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's all I've done so far, is I finished White Orchard.
Yeah.
And
like,
I've enjoyed it immensely.
And what difficulty are you on? Sword and Story?
I don't fucking know, probably.
Is it just like the default setting?
It's the default or easy. I know it's not Death March difficulty. I can tell you that much.
I was gonna say Death March is like playing Witcher 2 again. It's like, you gotta prep your oils, you gotta be ready for all that stuff. And well, like, Witcher 1 is like that too, where it's like you gotta have your oils. And
well, that's just it, right? Like, that's why I even bothered. Like, not only did I get Witcher 3, it's like the complete edition deluxe or whatever, and it was like $21.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. But even with that, I wouldn't have bought it based on my experience with Witcher 2, except that when Witcher 3 came out, I read a thing that was like, whatever you played Witcher 2 on, bump it up by 1. Because it's just that much easier.
Yeah, and I think for, like, The Witcher, that was because, like, they added, like, a Just the Story mode as well.
Yeah.
Which is basically, like, you don't have to worry about any of the mechanics in the game.
Yes,
like,
just go and kill the things.
Yeah, just do the, like, you still have to do the quests, and you still have to...
Like, you still have to do, like, basic things, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, if you're not investigating and stuff, you will, like, do worse on those quests and stuff, but the combat is trivial, right?
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I actually like that a lot, that's an option for people.
Yes. Well, because, like, I realized that, like, game that's been getting guff about it is, like, Sekiro, right? About not having, like, an easier mode, and it's like, it's for accessibility. It's like, no, you guys just can't play the game. It's like, that's, like, the ultimate, like, get good.
Yeah.
But, like...
Because, and Sekiro actually does have, like, a difficulty thing.
Does it really?
It does, because the more you die, the more there's, like, this dragon rot mechanic.
Oh, okay. And what, it makes you stronger instead of in the, like, Dark Souls where it makes you weaker?
It makes the bosses weaker, because they start getting this dragon rot affliction.
The more they kill you, the weaker they get?
Yeah, basically.
See,
From
and like,
my understanding of it, anyway.
see, and like that's a good way to do it.
I
Because-
actually think that's a really natural, because it's like, oh, they, you know.
Well, I don't know about natural, but it's a good way from like a design standpoint.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like the more they kill you, they just start getting more and more like messed up themselves to the point where eventually you'll beat them. And there's like points in the game where I think the counter resets, so they get more difficult again.
I would imagine so, yeah.
I think at least, but I mean I haven't obviously played it, so I'm not actually sure if that mechanic is accurate.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But
I mean, I've started watching a playthrough of it, but the guy who's doing it, it's the same guy that I watched play all the Dark Souls games and Bloodborne and that. So I can't imagine he'll be dying too often in it.
yeah.
Because, like, he has the experience. But I will say, I watched the fucking... Did you see the Zero Punctuation? Where are we going, by the way? Are we going in here? Okay.
In here, yeah.
Did you see the Zero Punctuation review of it, of Sekiro?
On Sekiro? No, I haven't yet. I should watch that.
He, in it, he has literally, like, the perfect description of it that I didn't even think of while I was playing it, where it's Dark Souls with all of the options removed. Because
It really is,
all you
yeah.
have is the sword. Like, this is your weapon, this is what you use. Done.
Hi, who are you?
Which is, like, fairly accurate. I mean, like, he's
Yeah.
not wrong.
Because, like, it's like, oh, you have the, what do they call it? It's like you have, like, the prosthetic weapons, but they're very specific.
They're
Like,
very
only used
specific, and
against
they're not,
enemies,
like...
certain enemies.
Something
Yeah.
good in here?
And they're not, like,
Yeah, they're not your
heavy
main.
combat. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not your main weapon, so.
But yeah, like, I also like how, because, well, I won't say that because that's fucking funny in the review, but, I also like how, because, like, when I was working overnights the one time, right? Which has really fucked me up watching his reviews now, because, like, when I was working overnights, that's what I listened to. Because, like, I hadn't listened to any, or seen any Zero Punctuation reviews for, like, outside of one or two that you had shown me, I'd never watched it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when I was working overnights and I needed something to listen to and I didn't feel like listening to any of my audiobooks, I would just turn on Zero Punctuation and listen to it. So I watched, like, or listened to, I guess, like, the entirety of his, like, every review he's done, basically, in, like, a week. But you can see the point. Because, like, at the beginning, right, like, you can see the point where he actually played Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's his earlier reviews where he shits all over it. Like, during other reviews, he'll shit on Dark Souls for no reason.
Yeah.
And then, like, after he's played it, he turns into, like, the Dark Souls get good player.
Yeah. Because he's like, oh, wow, this game's really good.
Yeah, but, like, he turns into, like, not quite as douchey as some of the Dark Souls community gets with it, but, like he turns into, like, Dark Souls light, basically.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And, like,
It's
just, like, a hilarious, like, since I watched them all, like, in order, like, so close together, it was just so fucking hilarious to see that transition.
yeah.
And it was just like, dude, like an hour ago you were shitting all over this game. The fuck?
Yeah, it's so weird because, like, in The Witcher 2, I think part of it is that I think The Witcher's mechanics are interesting, and if you wanted to get really into them, they're, like, really fun. Oh my god, look at all this liquor. And I think you could have a lot of fun, like, getting really into them and being like,
Yes.
oh, I'm gonna, you know, like, do this setup and have this armor so that I can do this playstyle. But I think for, like, The Witcher, because it's telling, like, a story, it's also important that it doesn't have...
The security system blocked the door.
But the
you
gameplay,
forced-
yeah.
I can still help
Yeah.
you get
Like, the
like,
gameplay is holding back the story.
first. You gotta promise
Yeah, because, like, Sekiro is also, like,
Ken was trying to make
has a story.
I
It's,
know,
like,
right?
really-
Like,
Yeah.
I started the Let's Play And I was like, holy fuck, there's an opening cutscene that actually, like, wait, they're actually telling you what's happening? It's like, is this really from Software? There's no way. Because I honestly still have no idea what really happened in Dark Souls.
Gwyn saved the world, and then you have to save the world.
Yes, from Gwyn.
Yes.
That's the... I mean, I know it's more complicated than that, but yeah, that's all I have as well. I went forward, I killed bad guys. Well, I killed guys. How bad they were is... ow, fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how bad they were is actually, it's debatable.
Yeah, well. Either way, I went forth, I killed people. I did it in, like, once again, the most annoying way, like, me way possible. Because, like, I told you how I played Dark Souls 2, right?
Dark Souls 2?
Yeah.
I don't think you did. How did you play it?
In between bonfires, I killed everything to spawn.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean...
I would work my way from one bonfire to the next, killing everything, rest at the bonfire, and then go back to the first one and kill everything along the way again. And I just go back and forth until they stopped.
That's like a genuine strategy in 2, though. Like, you can do that.
Well, I mean, because I did...
You wanted the items, right?
Well, because, like, that's what I did in 1, right? Is I just killed everything in an area. Like, I just looked up what the possible drops were for the enemies in the areas. Like, for armor and weapons and I didn't stop until I got all of them.
Yeah.
So, like, if it took me, like, 50 times clearing an area to get, like, this one sword, that's how many times I did it.
Yeah. But yeah, in 2, you can't farm because they took that out. But
exactly.
I actually really like the removing enemies. I didn't like it at first, but when I played through Dark Souls 2 again, I kind of appreciated the idea of it.
I liked it because it made me feel like I was making progress a lot more than Dark Souls 1 did.
Yeah. I think part of it for me, too, is if you're really struggling in an area, the area does get easier.
Yes,
because those enemies stop spawning.
Yes, that was another thing that I liked. But, you know, granted, after, like, the first area, I kind of stopped struggling because I was already, like, so leveled.
I was going to say, of course, when you're doing that in every area, it kind of becomes menial when you just, like, obliterate anything you look at.
That's just it, right? Everybody's like, oh, man, Dark Souls is so hard. It's like, not if you don't stop leveling. Like, it's like, no wonder it's hard. Look at how many souls you got. You only got 50 strength. What a bitch.
Yeah, it's like... Well, it's like... When Tyson first started playing it, he didn't know how to upgrade weapons.
Okay.
And I came over to watch him.
Did he just, like, kill... what's his name? The blacksmith? Something...
Andre. He never found Andre.
He never found Andre? Is it really Andre?
No. It is Andre, yeah.
That's, like, a very basic name for a Dark Souls character. Alright.
Yeah. But,
anyway, so he never found him.
No, so he has a spear and, like, a great shield. And he was playing the game by blocking and poking stuff through his shield.
Okay.
And I was watching him, and he was fighting a single hollow. And it took him, like, 20 hits to kill this hollow.
Oh, God.
And I was like, what is happening here?
I mean, was his spear broken?
That's what I thought.
Like, was this a spear from the beginning of the game? Because even, like, an unupgraded spear shouldn't do that much.
It was like a beginning spear. Like, it was just a spear. Like a default spear.
Oh, so, okay.
And, yeah, I was like, have you upgraded your spear at all? And he stopped. And he was like, you can upgrade weapons in this game?
Oh, my.
And I was like, yeah, you're right by... Like, he was in the church. He was right by where Andre was. And I was like, have you talked to the blacksmith? And, you know, he's like, blacksmith. So... I'm like, okay, go down this, like, area, and there's a blacksmith down there. And he's like, oh, and, like, we go, and he upgrades the spear once, and he one-shots the hollow that took him, like, 12 hits to kill before.
Wow. There's another energy drink back there, by the way, if you need it. If we can get... Hang on. There we go. There we go.
Right.
Well, because, like, in that game there, right, it's, like, either you have... Because, like, you can beat the game with, like, the first weapon you get, technically.
Well, what do we got here?
That's what I did in Dark Souls 3.
Yeah?
Yeah, the, what is it called? The, The broadsword.
Yeah, see, I
Is,
still haven't played 3.
I played as the knight my first go, and they start with a broadsword, and I just use the broadsword the whole way through.
Well, because like with Dark Souls, right? It's either like constantly equip new weapons as you find them, or just upgrade the weapons you have. Like both strategies are viable.
Yes, it's just you have to eventually pick which one because you start running out of the. The max upgrade items are limited, whereas like the other upgrade items you can just start buying.
Yes. Because like in Dark Souls 1, I beat the entire game with the Baldur Knight set, like from the church.
Yeah, and
like that's what I wore till the end of the game, and it's like so early that you can get that.
Yeah, and it's even you can beat the game with any weapon, like without really any issue. Like
yeah.
As long as it's upgraded, you will be doing enough damage to the enemies. Because I just had the broadsword, and I was just doing like a strength build, so I just put like the strength infusion on it and level it up.
Yeah, that's probably like my favorite part of watching like... Well, like, because like I watch Generation Hollow, right? Like that's a guy I've watched play like every time a new From Software game comes out. Like it's literally like I'm subscribed to his channel. It's the only thing I've ever watched on his channel is From Software games. I've never watched any other game he's played or anything else he's done. Because I just like don't care, but like I enjoy the way he goes through like those games, right? And like I love watching him play it, or every once in a while I'll like turn on somebody else playing Dark Souls or that. And like I love watching them like make these builds because like when I played through it, my character could do everything. because how much I was grinding in that, like I could fucking whip the best miracle at the boss, pull out my sword, and then do the same amount of damage with it. Like,
yeah, that's
like my character. Like it just nothing stood in front of my character. It was awesome.
Generally, not how that goes.
No, not usually. I was like, so you're Lord Gwyn, eh? This should be hard. Oh, wait, that was it? Oh.
To be fair, Gwyn is actually pretty easy to kill no matter what.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? That's not true. I did not use the Baldur set the entire way through. When I made it to Anor Londo, I switched to the Silver Knight set.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Silver
then
Knight's, yeah, Silver Knight's good.
Like full up, like silver sword and shield and everything. Like I went full Silver Knight.
Oh yeah, when I played with Quinn, I was like rip off Giant Dad. I was wearing Havel's set with the father mask. And
You were in the mother mask.
Was I in the mother mask? Oh, I could have sworn it was the father because I was. Wow. Anyway, with the Chaos Zweihander, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I never used like the big swords and that in those games.
Oh, dude, I love the big weapons in Dark Souls. Honestly.
Well, like in 1, I just used like a one-handed sword. Like I went sword and shield, and then in 2, I used the twin blades.
Twin blades are pretty fun too, but like I love the big two-handed swords in Dark Souls. God, I wish it was easy to get a hold of Prepare to Die Edition on Steam still, because we could play through Dark Souls.
I'd do it. I do it, and I can guarantee you it'd be a lot harder for me than it was when I played by myself, just because, like, we'd be doing videos, so I'd actually need to progress.
You would probably be like, oh, this guy's actually difficult.
I mean, I still had to learn, like, even as powerful as I was, like, I wasn't one-shotting bosses.
No, I mean,
it's like I still had to learn all of their fucking shit. Otherwise, yeah, it would have been.
Dark Souls co-op is a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, I just never really cared for the online.
I don't really like Invasion still, just because of the way they work. Like where it's like you're like just trying to play your game and a guy like shows up.
Exactly. Like that was like I played Dark Souls 1. Well, I think I played all of my games offline except for I kind of played Bloodborne offline, but I would turn it online. Like, it's actually the only reason I got a PS Plus subscription for like a month is when I was playing Bloodborne, so that like I could summon help to do the Chalice dungeons. Because like some of the bosses in there are fucking rough. I did beat the final one without help though. The final Chalice dungeon boss.
Oh, nice.
I did need help fighting a couple of the bosses before that bitch, but I did manage to beat her by myself. But like,
Yeah,
I went through all of Bloodborne with the Cane Whip. Like,
yeah. Well,
they gave me this thing at the beginning of the game, and I'm like, this'll work. This'll do.
Bloodborne is like crazy for that because like the first 3 weapons you can choose from my understanding, are like genuinely like the best weapons in the game. Basically,
They are fucking insane. Like, I don't know about best weapons in the game. Like, I will say though, strength weapons in Bloodborne also were like done. By the way.
Yeah, I figured.
But like strength weapons in Bloodborne are insanely overpowered.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just do
Yeah,
this. And we'll just end it here. But yeah. So anyway, that has been the Resident Evil Elder Scrolls Dark Souls podcast called Dead Island.
Yes. We'll talk about anything but the game we're playing.
Exactly. I mean, Dead Island was in there at the very beginning of the Resident Evil conversation.
Yeah, true.
But join us next week to see what other things that aren't Dead Island we can talk about.